everybody, it's Stock Picks by Tim, and in this video I'm gonna check out Astra. We've got some recent news there. We're also gonna just look at the overall market, see how things are doing. It is a pretty decent green day, and we're also gonna look and see how crypto's doing. I'm also gonna check out VGX. It has been moving quite a bit lately. And let's get right into this. All that I ask is you hit the like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. It definitely helps me out there. And I've got a recent promotion to show you guys. Right now, Voyager is doing a deal for me where if you guys use my link, I will get $60 in VGX, and you guys will receive $50 in Bitcoin. So this is a recent deal they've been doing, and this will add to the buying pressure for VGX by paying, the loyalty program members such as myself. When you use my link, I'll be paid out in VGX, but you guys will get Bitcoin. And you can of course transfer that Bitcoin into cash right off the bat, but you'll get $50 in Bitcoin just for putting in 100. That's an instant 50% gain. Definitely check it out. And I am currently just an adventurer, but across the board, no matter which tier I am in, you guys will still get $50 in Bitcoin. Definitely recommend you check it out. I've also got Webull. I believe it's 6 free stocks there. Check out crypto.com as well. A lot of stuff down below. BlockFi, $40 reward there. Check out BlockFi's crypto card. And let's get back to the program. Now you'll see across the board that most large caps are green. We've got a little bit of red here and there, mostly health, technology, consumer non-durables. Everything else otherwise is pretty much green. And it's the same thing with small caps right now. A lot of our favorite names, the Charge Points, the Clean Sparks, even Bio Nanogenomics, up almost 7%. All of those. Workhorse up 12, 13%. Absolutely running. When these puppies run, they sure do like to run. Now, I did want to look at Bitcoin and VGX before getting into some big news for Astra. And this is actually the stock we're going to talk about, Astra, ASTR. But looking at Bitcoin, since we dropped to about 29,000, we have been on an uptrend. Keep an eye on this pattern. We are definitely starting to look bullish for Bitcoin, short term. And as I said in my last video, we were starting to pull back. I saw it as a great time to add. I did add right around 30,000 just to add a little bit. And even where Bitcoin's at, I think it's still a solid time to dollar cost average. We are not in that overbought territory any longer. And you're definitely not buying it on a huge run up. But you are buying it into an uptrend. And it definitely doesn't hurt to have other exchanges for a shorter term. You might have your Coinbase or something like that for Bitcoin where you just buy and hold forever. And maybe you have something like VGX or something like webull where you just buy crypto on uptrends and sell it, do a swing trade. Definitely a good way to do that, have multiple exchanges. I do like to play that with a lot of stocks. I'll have like a long-term position and a small-term position. I will keep them separate just because you can get them at different price points. And it just allows a little bit more flexibility. I definitely like doing it like that. And crypto's the same thing, it definitely helps to have multiple exchanges. And then it gives you different buy prices, buy-in points at Bitcoin at whatever crypto you're buying into. I definitely find that kind of just adds to your toolbox of strategy. Instead of just buying into one thing and having to average down whatever it is, you could just go into something new at a smaller starting price and just swing it. There's definitely different options out there, definitely different ways to play crypto in the stocks. Now let's look at VGX on the chart. And I did say that, this one's going to likely come down, test $1, probably break $1, possibly test 75 cents. We did break $1. Now we're testing 91 cents. We bumped back up, hit $1. It seems to be possibly finding support here at this dollar area. It did bounce at the 200 EMA. So that may have been our little dip that we took, and we are on our next leg up. Now remember, with VGX Friday, we do have a big event coming. So this one could definitely pump coming up to it. Just be aware that, we might have a sell-off on Friday if what comes out isn't just groundbreaking. And even if it is huge news coming out, just seeing that hype come in up to that date, very possible we have a sellout. Very possible, it's a buy the rumor, sell the news. This happens all the time. If you're at all familiar with stocks and crypto in the least, you will know that, buy the rumor, sell the news plays a huge part in both stocks and crypto, and this may be no different. But let me know what you think down below. Is VGX absolutely going to run over this weekend, or is it going to start pulling back once we see what that news is regarding Twitter and the CEO Steven? Now remember, go to Twitter, check it out. It's going to be Friday. I believe it's at like 2 to 3 Eastern time, and they're going to be talking about VGX and new rewards for members. Definitely check it out, and I will leave you guys a link below just so you can easily access it. And next up, I wanted to talk about Astra. We've actually got some recent big news there. We are working towards our next launch, and they actually just had a static fire test. So they did test. It seems like everything went well, but they are going to be giving us the information of how their test went. So we are not completely sure yet, it seems. But I'm going to roll that clip for you just to see how that is. And I also got another clip here towards the end after we look at the chart. Let's roll it.
4, 3. 7 shutdown.
So like I just said, they will share the data after the review. They're going to make sure that everything went exactly as planned and let us know all the little fine details. Was there any issues in the static launch? Are they ready for their actual launch? Seems like they are. Seems like things went well. And now check out Astra's Twitter because they definitely have a lot of recent stuff going on. Even not the biggest fan, but Gavin Newsom went over to Astra's factory talking about how, you know, they're a company in charge. They're a leading company in California, very innovative, you know, new generation of launch, new generation of technology. And there's an article as well highlighting it. So definitely stay tuned to Astra. They are going to be doing their launch very soon. And this is always a very polarizing event. If it goes well, typically goes very well. If it goes bad, it goes very bad. And the stock price will suffer because of it. Now let's check out the chart. I'll give you a couple points there. So just like most stocks that we talk about, at least, we had that max fear day, the 12th of May, that max capitulation, everything selling off. Astra hit $2 and about 5 cents at that time. It has ran up since then, came to a resistance of about 280. Now we're sitting at 258. I mean, we are not far from that bottom we hit. I think now is still a great time to accumulate Astra. And compared to something like ChargePoint, compared to something like, you know, Indy, this hasn't really ran that much from that max fear day. So that's very interesting. I think it's a great time to get into Astra right now. And be aware that we do have that next launch coming up very soon. It's definitely likely we can get some hype into it at the very least for some short-term gains. Now, I'm definitely long-term on Astra. I believe in the mission. I believe that they will one day be at bi-weekly launches, then weekly launches, then every other day, and then eventually every day. But you're going to have to wait on this one. You're going to have to be patient. It's not just going to blow up overnight. You're not going to 10x your money overnight, and it's definitely possible this continues to fall while we're in this environment that we're in. Just be aware that I'm definitely going to be adding this one into the fear. And you know, when you look at this compared to when it was a $10 stock, compared to when it was a $12 stock, you know, fundamentally, regardless of the price, just looking at the company as the company, not even looking at the price, I like the company where it's at right now a whole hell of a lot more than months ago, before they had the successful launches, before they had that proof of concept. So that's one thing to think about, you know. Price is one thing, and of course, when you compare the current price to back then, it almost seems like it should be flipped. That's just the funny way of the stock market. And you know, other stocks are the same way. Look at Bingo. You know, that thing was absolutely running, hit $16, had no reason to be up there at the time. But now, where it's at now, definitely deserves a higher price than where it's at the $1, $2 area. So that's the stock market, you know, it's like a rubber band effect. It always extends too far to one side before snapping back and then extending too much to the other side. But let me know what you guys think down below. You know, of all the small caps, this is definitely one that is pulling back. Everything else is just ripping away. So I did see Astra as a great time to add now. And I haven't really talked about this one lately. It has been kind of under the radar. They haven't really been doing any launches. They have been working towards it. But, you know, as I've said, it was just literally the FAA. We are waiting on regulation. We are just waiting on the green light by the regulators. Nothing more Astra can do. They did have their static fire test. We will see the results of that very soon. But yeah, definitely very bullish on Astra. But let me know what you guys are looking out for right now in the market. What stocks are screaming deals for you? Thanks as always guys for watching, and I will see you next time.